Now guys, I want to introduce you to two different modes of repair. Now you know what repair is now, you know what the relationship between NI and the fantasy of repair is. Now if you subscribe to this view, you are ready to hear about this further subdivision between narcissistic repair and empathic repair. Narcissistic repair and empathic repair. And as you may guess, one is better than the other. Narcissistic repair is not as good as empathic repair. Okay. Now, of course, what I call empathic repair is something which has a different meaning, right, than what we typically understand by altruism. You know, genuine altruism would certainly be more akin to empathic repair. Narcissistic repair is different, although on the surface and to the untrained eye, the two might look similar. You know, altruistic behavior, right? Now, all of us have been in situations where we thought that a helper, someone who's a self-proclaimed helper or a healer or repairer of people, has a narcissistic agenda, right? There's something self-serving here, even though it might not be very obvious, might be hidden to the helper themselves. I also want to point out that the narcissistic dimension in this is not indicative of a narcissistic personality, is even less indicative of a narcissistic personality disorder. You know, we have to really distinguish between narcissism and a narcissistic personality, and narcissistic personality disorder. So just to take a moment, narcissism is in all of us, and in fact it needs to be in all of us. A delicate, healthy psychological balance is a balance between concern for self and love of self, good narcissism if you like, and basically this and concern for others and love of others. Like the old adage, I cannot love others if I don't love myself, right? When we talk about a narcissistic personality, we're talking about a personality that is very unbalanced in the direction of love of self. And even more so and more rigidly so in the case of a narcissistic personality disorder, where love of self becomes so prioritized that it's kind of set in motion through the evaluation of other people, systematic and rigid evaluation of other people, narcissistic personality disorder. But narcissism in itself is not a bad thing, it is a necessary thing, all right? I said it before, there is a pathology of narcissism, of course, but there is a pathology of anti-narcissism too. Narcissistic reparation, narcissistic repair is unbalanced in the sense that there's too much about it that is the agenda of the healer's own repair. Okay, outwardly the person wants to be of help to other people, wants to save other people, wants to repair other people. That in itself is questionable, right? Because it's a subtle denial of the agency of the other person. Contributing to enable another person to repair themselves is good. Taking their agency away from them so that you can be the sole person responsible is of course not good. And where you notice that there is a real sort of narcissistic mode of repair is that it inevitably comes with an addiction to repair. The fact that an anti-dominant is activated by a core fantasy of repair does not mean, just a car leaving, bit of noise, but it will not be long. The fact that the anti-dominant is activated by a fantasy of repair does not mean that they have to be activated by an addiction to repair. If you're addicted, if what this means basically is that it's never enough. It's never enough. Someone is helping someone else, but they need to be helping. That other person gets better. Either the person has to find other ways in which they need to be helped, pathological repair, or they just get rid of them symbolically in order to find other people. There's an addiction to repair, which is always a sign that the healer themselves is in denial of the fact that they are themselves broken. Okay? They are broken themselves, they're in denial about it. If they're in denial about it, consciously speaking, it means it's repressed into the unconscious. If it's repressed into the unconscious, it's magnified. So in a sense, the healer is broken into bits unconsciously, but consciously they're in denial. Okay? That's narcissistic repair. And that is completely opposed to any kind of path of individuation for the person, any kind of path of spiritualization for the anti-dominant, because this kind of person is not really interested in the welfare of other people in the first instance. They're focused on themselves, and they're usually unable to rely on other people to collaborate toward the instinct to repair, which in itself is a good thing and a pro-social thing. Okay, so that's narcissistic repair. I think a nuanced and subtle view would hold that we all have elements, us anti-dominants, of narcissistic repair, and we have elements of genuine empathic repair. If we have more of empathic repair, it's better than if we have more of a narcissistic repair. But no one's perfect, okay? Now, I will say more about empathic repair in a different video. Guys, give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget you can support me on Patreon. Need you more than ever. These are not easy times, so if you would give me a few bucks a month or a few bucks a year, you have the option by clicking the link to my Patreon and becoming a patron. You get some cool perks for that, including access to a whole library of deep dive exclusive videos where you can discover all new topics that I discuss specifically there for the community, and access to our special Discord server, The Fourfold. Come join us. We are a great community. Interact with us on a daily basis. Finally, don't forget that if you want a deep understanding of the INFJ personality, this beautiful type, you got 2 books: The Infinite Soul, about INFJ life in a modern world, how to be essentially happy and fulfilled as an INFJ in the world today. And for more of a deep dive into the mind and consciousness of the INFJ, The Ecstatic Soul is the book to get. These two go very well together. Okay, guys, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.